everyone, today I'm gonna show you how I make this delicious squash with queso fresco, calabacitas con queso fresco. They are super delicious. You can use them as a main dish or you can use them as a side dish for any other dish. I make tacos with these and let's start. These are the ingredients that we're gonna need to make this delicious dish, calabacita with cheese or squash with queso fresco. We're gonna need 4 Italian squash or zucchini. You can use the other one too that is called Mexican squash, whatever you like better. We're gonna use 1 small onion, 5 tomatoes. It can be the Roma tomatoes or the other ones, any tomato you like. I'm using around half a pound of queso fresco, 1 can of corn. You can use frozen corn too. 1 spoon of tomato bouillon and 1 spoon of minced garlic, or you can use 2 garlic cloves and just chop them in little pieces, and oil to fry all of our ingredients. And I'm gonna start with the first step, which is to just cut everything in little squares. Chop the tomato, onion, cut the cheese in little squares, and the squash. Okay, let's start with that. Okay guys, I'm done chopping the tomato, the onion, the squash, and the cheese. Now we can start with the next step. The tomato and the onion are cut very small in small squares. The squash is a little bit bigger and it doesn't really matter what size, I guess. Just don't leave it too big. And the cheese is around this size too, not too small. And let's go with the next step. The next step is just to add around 4 spoons of oil, any oil that you use, to the pan and start heating it so we can start frying all the ingredients that we have ready right here. Okay, the oil is ready. The first ingredients that we're gonna add is the onion and the garlic, and we're gonna fry them until the onion turns a little bit clear. Okay, I fry my onion with the garlic until the onion caramelizes. Now I'm gonna add the next ingredient, which is gonna be the tomato. I added the tomato. I'm just gonna let it cook for a minute and then I'm gonna add the tomato bouillon. I added the tomato bouillon and I have my stove in high heat all this time. As you can see, all the juices are starting to come out of the tomato. It smells delicious already. And now I'm gonna add the squash. I added the squash and now we're gonna mix everything perfectly so all the ingredients mix together, and we're gonna cover it and we're gonna lower the heat to medium and we're gonna let it cook for around 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes in low heat. As you can see, all the juices came out. And now we're gonna add the corn and the cheese. We're just gonna mix it very slowly so the cheese doesn't dissolve before it cooks. Okay, I added the cheese and I have my heat and medium heat. I'm just gonna mix it all together, but I'm gonna mix it very slowly so the cheese, like I said, doesn't dissolve before it's cooked. So I'm just gonna mix it. Then I'm gonna cover it and let it cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna cover it with the lid and I'm gonna lower the heat to the lowest setting possible, to low, and I'm gonna let it cook for 5 more minutes. Just simmer for 5 more minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes and look at this, it's so delicious. Look at all the broth that came out of the vegetables. It's not with a lot of broth, it's just like the juice from the vegetables. And look how delicious. The cheese is cooked, but it's not like falling apart. It stays in little pieces like this. And the squash is not like all smushy. It's perfect. Okay, let's get our dish ready. It's ready. Look how delicious it looks. It's just so beautiful. It's perfectly done. Look at all this juice. You can use it as a side dish for anything, or you can just eat it as a main dish. We usually eat this with tortillas on the side, and it's super delicious. Or you can also make tacos, of course, and just serve it like this in tacos, and it's super good. I'm gonna add some of this delicious salsa verde that I make. If you want to know the recipe, it's in my channel already. Look how delicious. Please don't forget to subscribe to Cocinando con los DeWitts and follow all my recipes. Thank you so much, and I'm sure you're gonna love this dish. See you soon.